Okay, what the What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing an updated, affordable, flawless base routine. So I'm doing a full face of drugstore affordable products, and I'm going to show you what I do to achieve a flawless foundation application. So if you want to see how I got this look, then definitely make sure to stick around and make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. That means so much to me. And comment down below if there's any videos that you guys want to see. Okay, let's get on with the video. So the first step to flawless foundation application is definitely moisturizing and priming. There are plenty of really good moisturizers at the drugstore. Primers, there are a bunch of different ones at the drugstore that I think are pretty great. So this is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Primer. This is $7. And this is really good if you want a glowy situation. That's usually what I go for. I have dry skin, so I just feel like glowy just looks better. Okay, so while that sets in, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in for the foundation. Okay, so the foundation I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline Superstay 24 Hour. It looks like this, and I am in the shade 105 Fair Ivory. This is $9.99 at Target. I think it's different prices, different places, but this is $9.99 at Target. I have really been loving this foundation. It's super smooth and super full coverage. So actually the first step to my makeup is always doing my eyebrows, but I just realized that I just decided to skip that step today. So as far as application, I really like to use a sponge. I do use a brush sometimes. I like the Morphe Y6, but even when I do use a brush, I end up going back over it with a sponge anyway. It's actually so much easier to do foundation when you don't have to worry about screwing your eyebrows up. So I've been having a lot of breakouts recently just due to like stress and being me. But this foundation does a really good job of covering that up. Oh my god, it's so much easier to do this without my eyebrows. What the hell? Okay, don't get mad at me for this because this is definitely not the most affordable item, but I have an explanation. So for my cream contour, I really love the Fenty Beauty Matchstix. This is in the shade Amber. These are $25 and you can't get them from the drugstore. I think you can only get them from Ulta or Sephora, one of the two, I don't know, maybe both. This is $25, so it's definitely expensive, but this thing will last you so long that honestly, I think it's worth it. I feel like certain things, like you can pick and choose on what you want to spend more money on, and this is just something I haven't really found any good options in a drugstore or anything like that. So if I do, I'll let you guys know, but for now, I really think this is your best choice. So with this stuff, you don't want to put it all over your face and then wait to blend it out. Stuff dries really fast. So I just kind of do one section at a time. You always want to blend upwards, never down, because it's just going to drag your face down. Okay, so you see the difference? It looks really cut over here. It just looks a lot more defined and kind of slims your face in a little bit. Okay, so you can choose to do this on your forehead if you feel like you want to make your forehead look a little bit smaller. I don't mind the size of my forehead, but just for the sake of this video, I'll do a little bit. So you're really just creating shadow to make your face whatever shape you want it to be. The hell is that? Okay, so the last place that you would put this generally would be your nose if you want to do a nose contour. I already have a really skinny nose, and also I don't know how to do that, so I'm skipping that. Okay, so this next thing, I'm super excited that I found this. For concealer, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. This is in the shade Light Peach, and it is only $6. This is the most incredible concealer I've ever found at the drugstore. I can't believe it. To be honest, e.l.f. really surprises me most of the time, just because it's so cheap. It just doesn't make sense like how they do it. This concealer I am obsessed with, and it reminds me of Shape Tape, which is by Tarte. Probably like supposedly the best concealer out there, but that concealer I think is like $24. So, and this is one I noticed it definitely does dry fast. Like I said with the cream contour, I would just work in sections. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you my powder before I move on, because I usually like powder my under eye like right after I finish, or I'm gonna crease. I'm probably creasing. I'm creasing this powder, y'all. This powder. This is the e.l.f. HD powder. It's $6. It's super, super fine, and there's no flashback. For it being an HD powder, there's literally no flashback. I'm somebody that usually spends like 30-something dollars on a thing of powder, so wherever I can cut corners, I will. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of the concealer on my face. What are you doing? You snuck up on me. Hi. Aw, are you trying to look cute? Okay, so for the rest of my face, I just go ahead and go in with a big fluffy brush like this one. So if you do look powdery, it's okay, because you just put powder on your face, so that's fine. We're gonna fix that with setting spray. Okay, so this next thing I have been using for years. This is a little Maybelline palette. It's called the Master Contour Palette, and this is in the shade light to medium. They give you a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight. Highlight is not my favorite, but I really think the bronzer and blush are really good in this palette. You can find this at the drugstore, of course, and this is only $9.99. And I've had this for years, and I still think it's a great product. Okay, so I'm just dipping into the bronzer shade with my Luxie 1010 small contour brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and just bronze up my cheeks, and I'm gonna start right here at the base. I do get a little bit sloppy with this just because I end up going over it with a big brush at the end, but you wanna make sure that you're concentrating your color just like right in here, and then we can blend it up later. And you wanna make sure that you're blending it into your hairline too. And if you want to, you can kind of carve out your jawline. Okay, so are we seeing a difference from this side to this side? It's just a lot more bronze, a lot more cut. Okay, so for blush, like I said, we're gonna use the same palette, and I'm gonna grab an Ingles? I'm gonna grab an angled blush brush. This is dirty as hell. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and I'm just gonna dip into that and put it on the apples of my cheek. This really depends on you. I think having super blushy cheeks is really cute, so I kind of probably overdo it in some people's opinions. So I just kind of put it on the apples of my cheeks and then drag it backwards into my contour. So I'm going to really quickly take my Morphe sponge. You can take anything that has a flat edge, and I'm just going to dip it in a little bit of powder so it gets right there on the tip, and I'm just going to cut out my cheeks. This is an optional step, but I think it just makes everything look cleaner, and that's what I like. That's what I'm doing. So you can let this sit however long you want to. I just let it sit for a couple seconds and then I wipe it off. So my next step is I take my big fluffy brush, and I'm going to go ahead and sweep this line away and make it a little bit less harsh. And then I'm just gonna lightly go over everything else so that everything looks super blended. Okay, and then I feel like that always takes off a little bit of blush, and like I said, I'm extra with the blush, so I'm just gonna go ahead and just put a little bit more back on. Okay, so for highlight, I am in love with these little e.l.f. baked highlighters. I know e.l.f. is like a huge theme, but I think they're probably one of the best drugstore brands. And this is in the shade Moonlight Pearls, and you guys, this is $4. $4 for a highlight, and it's super, super pretty. I love this highlight. There is a trick with these though. I learned this somewhere on the internet, probably YouTube. But basically when you get these, you have to scrape off the top layer. I don't know why, I guess because it's baked and the top layer just isn't as good. So scrape off the top layer, but go get one of these. They're $4. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my favorite highlight brush. This is my Morphe E61. Y'all look at how pretty this is. $4. Okay. And I always do my Cupid's bow and the tip of my nose. Those are like my favorite places to highlight. Okay, so the very last step of my base routine is always setting spray. I love a lot of different setting sprays. The one that I usually use isn't a drugstore, but I think there are a lot of really great drugstore options. Usually I would have more options around, but I don't, but I think that this is a really good one. This is the Hard Candy Sheer Envy setting spray. This is the same line as the primer that I used in the beginning, so this is for people that want glowy skin, people that have more dry skin and want to look super dewy and hydrated. This is only $7 at the drugstore, so okay, well, that's enough of that. The one thing I will say about this is it doesn't have the most pleasant spray. It kind of smacks you in your face, but I don't know, maybe you're okay with that. So probably one of my most important tips, in my opinion, of having really smooth, pretty skin is as soon as your setting spray is on your face, go ahead and press it into your skin with a damp beauty blender, and I feel like it just brings back that natural skin look instead of a bunch of powder and shit on your face. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I will come back for my final words, thoughts, close-ups, all that. Okay, so this is the finished look that I put together with all drugstore products. Well, okay, all but one. Give me a break. But yeah, this is how it turned out. So this is pretty much what I do on the daily. I really love all these products. I really think they're amazing. I think it's really fun to be able to find products that are cheap and affordable but still perform really well. So thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you guys learned something, got something from it. I'm going to be putting all the products down in the description below if you're interested. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And as always, make sure you please like, comment, and subscribe. That really means a lot to me. I'm really trying to make this a thing, so help me make it a thing. Show me some support and hit the little bell so you're notified every time I post a video, and I will see you guys in the next one. And I'm going to show you how so if you want to see how I got, well, make sure you definitely like, comment, and subscribe. Ew. Oh. Why are y'all looking at me like that?